matchups. Let's get into it. It will be Kaiserklein as the French versus iamturk as the Japanese here on Bonnie Springs. The game is just beginning. And I'm looking forward to this because Bonnie Springs is not the biggest map. In fact, it's actually quite small. We'll talk about that in a moment. But ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the top of the map in the color red, we do indeed have Turk. With lots of wagons, it would seem. 3 wagons, one of which is the TC wagon, of course. We'll see sort of where that goes.
He's placing them all down instead of using them to explore. Well, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, they're not great at exploring, and this map is really, really small. But yeah, you can scout with them, that's for sure.
Yeah,
the TC wagon, interestingly, going to be in base for Kaiser. Kind of similar, just a little bit sort of further to the side, but still not too far away, just covering a little bit of extra ground. This gold mine can just get a bit of extra resources.
Look at the middle of the map. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's themed. These are Mother Nature buildings, so they can be destroyed for XP. Obviously, the wall's not the case. It looks like the XP has been removed. Okay, so...
Oh, right.
Oh, this one...
They've got a butcher's, a baker's, a candlestick maker's. They've got everything.
Yeah, they do. The saloon here, though, has a build XP of 20, but no kill XP? This one has no build or kill XP. Just a lot of hit points.
So it just exists for the sake of existing, really. But there's a lot of treasures in the middle, too. Sort of weak treasures.
Yeah,
but,
lots of Tier 1 treasures.
You know, around the edge, maybe, there's better ones. Let's see.
Yeah, there are mature Koga that you can capture. 60 XP there.
Right.
And on this
side.
side...
Wow, this map is cluttered with eye candy.
Yeah, Bonnie Springs. It's a really cool map. And you can see the...
Oh, God.
The cliffs, there's a lot of shrubbery. These trees will never be used, but they are on top of the map there. Let's reset that. I know you don't like that.
Yeah, please do.
But yes, that is the map. That is Bonnie Springs. We haven't seen this in the tournament, in any tournament so far on Escape, and clearly this is the first time Zach's seeing it. It's quite an interesting map. It's a fairly small map, and as you can see, like this sort of stops you from going straight to the center. Yeah. You can't forward base in the middle because this wall is in the way, which really forces you on the sides.
If you did something like this in AoE2, there would be a riot.
Why is that?
It wouldn't. It's unacceptable. You can't put shit like this on the map.
You can't put Mother Nature. But the thing with doesn't the Gaia units in AoE2 convert?
Yeah, so. They do. They do. But you can put stuff on the map that doesn't convert too.
Right.
But still.
But where do the AoE2 get the baker? They get their bread and their feed. And indeed their saloons.
They don't.
They don't. Oh, that's a shame.
What's that in the top left? There's another building there.
That one is an ammunition storehouse.
Hopefully no one shoots that by accident.
Yeah,
it's like a proper Wild West town, this.
It does. That's the theme, isn't it? Midwest. You hit the nail on the head there.
Lovely stuff.
The final thing that's interesting about this map is the 2 trading routes that are separate and obviously on different, you upgrade them independently of each other. So that is Bonnie Springs. Shall we take a look at how they're using their TC? So Kaiser is, by the looks of it, using both TCs. He is training villagers from both, wherever the second one is. Here it is. But Japan, and that's also going to be the case.
Yep, seems like it. And let's take a look at Japan's deck.
We can.
In a second.
But there's no... There was no Guardians there. They were both just standing. But yeah, Turk's going to pick that up. Sorry, whose deck?
Turk's deck. Let's have a look at the... okay, there you go, Heavenly Kami. May very well send that.
It is in there. 2 villagers is also in there. I'll be interested to see what he does decide to send.
Well, think about it, right? It's a smaller map. Does Heavenly Kami make less sense? Because you've got less space to sort of place your shrines in a awkward position where your opponent's less likely to find them. What's that on the left side? He's got a shrine there.
Yeah, he has got a shrine. Well, I'm pleased you brought that up, actually, because... And it looks like he went with 2 villages there, so not going to go super all invested on the shrines. The trouble... often Japan really likes big maps, like Baja California, before it was slightly toned down, just because you place your shrines further away from the other shrines, and if your opponent wants to kill them all, they have to travel, vast swaths of distances. On a small map like this, it's easier to get to all the other shrines, and you can see all the bisons and animals are really clustered together, so... Shrines are more easy to kill in a way, which is perhaps a slight disadvantage there. Kaiserklein, though, 3 vills and no house there, which is great. France really, really enjoy starting with 2 TCs because their vills, as we mentioned, are kind of less population intensive than other vills. And then sending Eco Theory, so having very much a slow age 1, going to take his time, train from both, and go up to the next stage. And that is the case. Eco Theory coming out.
Yeah, and I think really it's sort of that French playstyle that we've seen in all these games so far, really. It's very much a case of, well, I have a great Fortress Age and Industrial Age army. I want to get that. I want to take advantage of that. And I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, spending a lot of time in Age 1 so that he can go straight up to it. Yeah, we can. Let's have a look there.
Okay. So, nothing really too crazy. I noticed he's got refrigeration and Royal Mint in there, as well as these food silos, which I think indicates that they're expecting the game to go longer.
He absolutely is expecting the game to go longer, because this deck is very stacked on upgrades. There's considerably fewer. Yeah. He's got 700 wood, gold, and obviously 8 crossbows. You know, the bare minimum, right? There's no other kind of, there's no 600 wood, there's no 700 food. The rest is just upgrades. He's even got advanced arsenal in there to get paper cartridges and, what is the other one? The
Counter infantry rifling?
I think you get that one in the ordinary arsenal. Okay. But certainly upgrades. You can see a ton of them, and you're right to point out food silos and what is it, the refrigeration, and Royal Mint, which often doesn't make it into decks. He's just hoping to go into the long game, and to play the long game, you just put more upgrades in your deck. So I think Kaiser's sort of identified the format as one that goes later, just because you have than usual, and as a result has adjusted his deck accordingly, which is nice to see. Everyone, I feel like everyone really likes their sort of late game decks. Late game games, the ones that go all the way to the Industrial Age. They're much more exciting, right?
Yeah, I agree. And you don't see it that often because, you know, in a regular game, you know, it doesn't often make it to Industrial.
Yeah, like maybe
colonial pressure and stuff.
Maybe 20% of games go Industrial. I'm just pulling the numbers out of my bum, but yeah, not too many. And I think that's what keeps the Industrial Age exciting. The fact that, you know, if every game went there, maybe it would get less interesting.
Right, exactly. And, you know, in AoE2, you definitely have, most civs have that sort of ideal unit composition, right? And most games you see them get there.
Yeah.
So it becomes very sort of repetitive in a way when it comes to unit comp and stuff. But since there's a lot more sort of fighting at all stages of the game, and in AoE3, you definitely have that opportunity to see more variety, I suppose. But yeah, Maito in the chat saying he's obviously not recognized the 300 food meta yet. Yeah. Sending the 2 vills rather than the 300 food as his first shipment.
What, Turk? Yeah, that's a fair point. And that does, you know, slow you down. But he's okay. He's got his 5. You know, Kaiser's been really slow as well. So he's kind of, maybe in a way, 2 vills is better than 3 vills, 300 food in this particular game, perhaps.
Wait, why? How?
Because Kaiser was really, really slow as well. If Kaiser had been up much quicker, then maybe the food would be better. But, I mean, it doesn't make too much difference. He's up now, and he's got units destroying this trading post here. And Kaiser's not really able to do much about it because he wants to go straight to the Fortress Age, which he has now done, which is where he wants to be, but he might well lose that TP.
Yeah, may very well lose it. But, yeah, up to Age 3, got a goon in queue, and he's up to 3 TCs because he got the free covered wagon, of course. So
is he?
Wait, no, I'm missing something. I swear he had 3. I think I just saw the same one twice and counted it twice. I don't know, but
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
yes,
of course. Like, it's so obvious, right? But yeah, just lose the TP there, and we'll see what his first shipment will be in the Fortress Age here.
Yeah, I expect skirmishes just to handle these ashes, but well, he's got dragoons and skirms. It'll either be 1,000 wood. Okay. He's being, this is like the full greed play. He's not afraid of Japan. He's just going to make, he's going to probably get a second barracks and stable, I would expect, and finish off any upgrades. No, he's got all of them as well. Rebuild this trading post, get stagecoach, and that's probably, and maybe 2 houses. There you go. That's all 1,000 wood spent. So
quick math.
That's, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Shall I wrap that and then at the end say quick maths?
You could.
I'm not going to.
You need to know the rhyme now. I lay down the beat. You do the rhyme. Right. Let's see. Again, it's kind of those games where you just have that sort of slower start, and then it sort of reaches this sort of crescendo in mid Fortress Age.
1,000 gold. Huh.
Yeah. Greedy boy.
Greedy indeed.
But he can at least convert that into military units.
Yeah.
Skirm.
1,000 gold is one of the most efficient shipments that you can send if you can actually spend the gold in a meaningful way, just because obviously 1,000 resources is worth on average more than, say, whatever 8 skirmishes is worth. It's quite similar, but you also get the XP for training the units, whereas obviously a shipment doesn't do that.
Yeah,
so
right.
it is
into your next one.
So 1,000 gold is really, really strong. But now coming forward with some skirms and goons. And he's got more range than the Yuumi, but he obviously doesn't want to stay too close to the TC. Just going to harass a little.
But ends up losing a skirm to a Yuumi and doesn't kill a Yuumi. So there you go. Lag is the answer to that one.
Lag switch. He's got his lag switch ready. That's clearly what's happening.
Of course he has. But yeah, iamturk's up to H3, of course, now as well. And from him, maybe we'll see those flaming arrows. But at the moment, it could very well be another eco shipment because neither player sort of really in each other's faces too much yet. But we do see the 2 Falcons from Kaiser coming out. And it is the 2 flaming arrows, so there you go. We saw this sort of matchup earlier on, actually, and we saw the flaming arrows getting destroyed by bad positioning. Yeah,
they were a bit too far forward, weren't they? Let's see if Turk can do better than the previous Japanese player, Gib. But currently, Kaiser's just waiting for his Falcons to get into position. He's going to show that he has Falcons, because these shrines will see. But Falc's going to be really good. Maybe keeping the shrines alive. This gives them a bit more protection, in a way.
Ooh, maybe.
There's no cav, so it doesn't really matter.
No, there isn't any cav.
But I think he's seen the arrows and does take one shot on there.
Oh, he's going straight for them with the goons, look. Getting in there, and bam, one's down.
One's down, and then he's going to get out of there. But he did pay a number of goons, as you can see.
He did, but he keeps his Falcons alive, so his potential to do damage as a result is probably much higher long term.
Yeah.
Because
his 3 Cuirassier shipment is in as well. They're now coming across the map to join in. But yeah, these Falcons, both of them are alive. And because one of the flaming arrows is down, they're just more easily defendable. You don't have to be as afraid, right?
Here we go.
Coming forward.
Whoa.
Nice volley.
Be careful.
He's doing a good job of working that one flaming arrow.
Work it, baby. Look at that.
Nice volley on the. I was going to call him Skittles.
Get the flaming arrow down with the goons now. It looks like he's committing for that. Nope, he's going to back up. But yeah, those Falcons doing well. Can they get the shot onto the flaming arrow? They can, but he does lose one Falcon. But still, that is good for Kaiser as he comes in with the Cuirassiers now, and well, the Ashy
and that's gonna
the supply.
That's gonna force a fight to happen because obviously the snare. Ashy's going into hand combat to zone off the cavalry there, but they're staying on top of the archers. God, Kaiser's just really good at unit control.
Yeah, he really is, and this reinforcing batch coming in on the left side are going to be in range of the cannon straight away, and bang, taking some damage for free. So
and look at kiting forward as well with it.
It's, yeah, he's all over this. Very well controlled, very well played by Kaiser.
Yeah, really nice fight for him there. But he is being attacked by the treasure. Apparently it's laggy, but I don't think that's us.
No, it wouldn't be us. I mean, we're all in... Well, where's Turk from?
Turk.
He's Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, so
where's Turk from?
I mean, I just wanted to be sure. You never know.
And he's not...
I mean, I know a guy called Barbecue Turkman. He's from Australia, so...
yes.
You know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's misleading, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I guess it could be more likely to be Turk that's lagging if he's... Because, I mean, we're both in Europe.
It might be Turk, and obviously Kaiser's in Prague. He's not in his usual setup at the moment, so maybe it's like...
Well, it doesn't seem to be affecting too much at the moment. He's controlling fights very well still, so...
Yeah, so let's take a look at the game thus far. We did have a fight there. It looked like Kaiser came out ahead, but ultimately the score's very even, and the game goes on really business as usual. Looks like Kaiser's just going to use his units to clean up shrines, and off the back of that victory, going to dump down his arsenal here. He's built an outpost just to make sure his vills are okay. Obviously has this stagecoach working on this side, and perhaps we'll see him sort of expand into this one as well. But currently just cleaning up and getting ready. Turk, on the other hand, what's he doing? So a lot of vills on wood there, replacing some of the shrines just because of population reasons that have gone down. And he is, I guess, just training from his 2 TCs and also messing up. Looks like he's getting into position, though, to come forward and pressure the units on this side whilst he knows his opponent is over here.
Yeah, they're on opposite sides of the map, and, you know, it's not a big map, but it's enough that Turk probably killed that trading post. And, of course, the Explorer, too. Are they sentries?
Those, yeah.
Yeah, he's got sentries out too. But
yeah,
hey,
they were called earlier from. They were called earlier in this fight, and just left over. I would assume. Does take that TP out.
Super easy.
And I'm sure he'll build it himself. I would expect as well. That would be worth doing.
Well, there is a stagecoach on there, so perhaps, but it's a question of whether or not he thinks he can hold on to it.
Yeah.
You know, don't spend 200 wood if building a trade post if you're immediately going to lose it because you cannot defend it.
But you only need 1 or 2 passes for it to sort of be worthwhile, because your opponent might spend time sieging it, which gives you time to do something else. I think usually it's worth it, and he's got a big army, and even if, you know, if there's a fight happening, it's having time to pay off. But you are right. If it's going to go down right away, probably not the best call. That Falc's still alive. Here it is, setting up.
The trees.
And now he's got...
oh, there's nothing fighting the Falc at all. It's just going to keep firing away. Now there's Naginata getting on top of it. It fires one more volley before going down.
Went round to defend the Falc, but...
yeah, I think the tree line getting a bit awkward there.
Yeah.
But Kaiser may well come out on top here as the Cuirassiers get back on top of those Yumi. And looks like it's a close one. Going into the tree line now.
Yeah, I think
maybe overextending a little bit.
I think the Cuirassiers have got this, especially with Cav combat. Rip in pepperonis would be the moral of that story.
Absolutely.
And he's got his arsenal down as well, so we'll start seeing those upgrades, you know, cavalry, cuirass, ranged cavalry, caracol, and he's already got counter-infantry rifling, which is going to be really good against the Musks.
Yeah, Turk now removing those vills from the left side. There's nothing there for them anyway. They've mined out the coin. Needs to move over to the right. And yeah, at the moment, he's got a group on the south trying to raid. By the looks of things, middle south. Going to find some Courier de Bois over there. And
that's
whoa!
A lot of Nagi.
That is a lot of Nagi, and that's a lot of Courier de Bois as well. He's going to lose a lot of eco here, and Turk is actually quite far ahead in eco at this point. So that's got to be quite scary.
Yeah, sorry, it was misleading. I had it on the thing. I thought he'd resigned for a moment. They're all standing up.
Well, it doesn't look good, does it?
Well, he's got
standing idle.
Yeah, get back to work, Kaiser. He's got his gendarmes nearby though. And those should be able to take on the Nagi if the Ashi weren't there, but it's okay. Skirmishes are coming across the map. At least the CDBs are working now. And, all right, but he's back in the game. Turk may have lost 2 fights so far, but he's not out just yet.
Oh, no, he's by far.
He's looking pretty good, actually, as you said, in terms of eco there.
They both got cavalry combat upgrades as well.
But we should take into account, if we take a look at economic units... 61 Vils with Eco Theory is like another 6 Vils, right? So another 6 CDBs.
Right, is that not counted in the recalc?
No, it's not.
No, I see.
Doesn't count techs.
Right, so it's pretty good for Kaiser economically still.
Yeah, it's pretty even.
Yeah, it looks like it. But yeah, a lot of Cuirassiers coming out. And this is the thing that we've seen multiple times now, where they're just so population efficient. They're just so strong for the pop space, right? Especially once they start stacking upgrades. You know, he's not even fully upgraded yet. But when he gets there, these guys are just so difficult to deal with.
When you upgrade a musketeer, let's say you send musket combat, you're upgrading it from its base stats, but when you upgrade a cuirassier, it's actually upgrading from already veteran base stats. So it compounds even harder, right? And that's why France sort of... And that's the same for other, you know, Fortress Age units like Lancers or Reuters, for example.
Yeah. So I think Kaiser is in a good position long term, perhaps. But with that said, iamturk will have to, you know, have a plan to deal with those Cuirassiers, I guess.
I'm really excited. The gold is nearly out, and we're going to see mills and plantations very shortly. Only 700 coin there, and it's a bit precarious to gather from this because, you know, the units are nearby. Skirms have got a really good poking range on them, and these vills are just going to get picked off.
Almost like you knew it was going to happen.
And the only other mine is over here, which Kaiser's got locked down. He's being very sensible, building outposts where his army is not.
Yeah, it's very good, actually. Very, very safe play from Kaiser.
Yeah, we've seen in those previous games, right? Like tons of villagers being killed. And yesterday as well, Sompu losing 50 vills
combat coming
on the
in
parallel.
As Turk takes the timing opportunity to push in. Let's see how this fight goes right here. A lot of gendarmes, a lot of dragoons at the back trying to go for the Naginata too. But there's a lot of Ashi in there.
Yeah.
Got a decent meat shield as well.
And this is really nice. This socket and these walls and blocking them is able to stop the the Ashi from getting into combat.
Beautiful.
They're sort of finding it tough to path around and get to the units. Kaiser just kiting back with his skirms. They're over here now. The Cuirassiers are about to run out. They go down quite quickly to their really efficient clubmans. And now pushed all the way back onto his mill.
Wow.
It's actually looking pretty good for Japan here. All those cuirassiers down.
For Japan, and that mill's out in the middle of bloody nowhere. So that's going to get denied, and Kaiser on the retreat right now.
But it looks like he's got enough Dragoons to handle this. Just sort of will be able to kite back away from these Nagi, and the Dragoons will be on enough to handle it. But Ashi's have a really good speed, and as you can see, they've caught up to the Skirms, and that means like the Skirms don't have that range advantage anymore.
Yeah. Keeping that distance closed while he knows he's got the advantage.
Yeah.
But he does risk. Well, does risk going too deep and getting surrounded, but still, this is looking very good for Turk.
Yeah, I think
really
so.
Good trade.
And more units coming in here. Almost all the Skirms down now. Let's go to military units.
Minutemen being called there as well.
Just 8 Skirms left. That's not enough to handle 20 Ashi.
Yeah, a lot of goons out, right? But there's no cavalry left, so we'll see. But, well, there's 1 cavalry left. But still, very good trade for Turk.
A couple more goons coming.
Gonna maybe lose some of those dudes there, though. Needs to go back now.
Yeah, it looks like he will repel these Ashi, and obviously the Yambushi not super interested in going in there. But I think he did lose quite a number of villagers in the fight, obviously on the mill that we saw. He's lost 17 vills overall. And where is that mill? Has it been deleted? Or it's been destroyed?
It's gone.
It's
I think the Yamabushi probably killed it.
Oh, yes, you must be right. They've got good siege. And
yeah, he's cleaning out the middle of the map.
I don't
know.
I don't see any reason to, but it's whatever.
Style points.
Couple more vills going down here. Kaiser's eco is he's losing vills.
Yes, he is, but he is still
bit of a counter raid coming though
in the game, and he's still got a good number of military units out.
Nice pickup. Killing those guys when you can is always really good.
Hey, Way of the Bow just came in, so let's see. There you go. Better.
You want to see it, don't you? There it is. 2 range and 50% hit points to Yumi.
Yeah, that's very good. Help with the kiting of the skirms, I guess, a little bit as well.
Yeah, close that range gap a bit. Just more range in general is good, isn't it? We all know that. Coming forward, though, with Dragoons, or is he? I mean, he could get some snipes, come in with those Dragoons, snipe some villagers down that are gathering wood on the
mention how OP the rice paddy is?
The rice paddy is such bullshit. I really don't think it should be.
I've heard that one before.
If plantations were 400 wood as well, then sure.
Would be fair.
And even then, rice paddies would still be strictly better.
Yes, of course. But still, that's something for another day, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, we can't change that now. Hang on a minute, guys. Just save exit. We're going to restore with
cheaper
modded plantations and stuff. But yeah, this could
I don't
drag
know
for some time, actually, because it looks like neither player can deal a finishing blow here in the
Not yet.
in the Fortress Age.
I mean, Kaiserklein looks like he's ahead on score, but actually, in terms of eco pop, Japan is sort of leading.
Yeah, slightly.
But we do have to take into account that stagecoach, and indeed eco theory, and now refrigeration. So Kaiser probably is ahead actually overall. But we did see a really convincing push from Turk just not so long ago, and now killing a few villagers here and forcing Kaiser off wood.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Turk's not gone for the second. He's literally just started building it. There you go.
Yeah.
Because he probably needs to put the stagecoach onto coin or something as well, just to supplement his income.
He's got no one on coin.
He's got no coin income, look, at all.
He's just been training Yumi's this whole time.
I guess that's pretty reasonable, actually. Because he's got the Way of the Bow in. So he did that as he transitioned into it.
Yeah, Kaiser doesn't sound very pleased.
Okay. Well, he's not lost yet.
No, he's not. Kaiser really... Let's get some ESOC Gs in the chat. Clearly upset. Classic Kaiser salt. That was fascinating. I'm just reading their chat rather than talking about the game. What's he got at home then? He's got 1 plantation, 2 actually, 3.
He is making that switch, and he's coming quickly. He's got every tech.
All the relevant ones. Artificial fertilizer. He still needs homesteading and the industrial age. I forget what that one's called. Bookkeeping.
You can't get that if you're not industrial age, but yes, he does need that. The thing is, though, long term, Kaiser is going to have refrigeration and royal mint and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
As Garge was saying in the chat, obviously Ashy quite good because you don't need gold for them. You just spam Ashy all day. But still, Kaiser may be able to beat that with gold or coin units. And we'll have a lot of coin income when those royal tech comes in.
I mean, Garge is right. Ashy's very cheap in terms of gold, but Kaiser's got counter-infantry rifling in on his skirms, and that tech makes any Musk-style unit really, really hard to use effectively, just because skirmishers pick them off.
Was I saying Ashy's? I meant Yumi's.
Oh, Yumi's. Well, yeah. Ashy's do cost very little gold, actually, but like all muskets. But Yumi's, okay, to your point. In that case, then sure. Skirmishes don't do the ×3 then.
No, they don't. But, yeah, I mean, you can see there's a huge amount of Yumi's there. What's the best way to deal with that?
I guess cannons or cuirassiers or something, which he has a lot of.
He does. Just needs to age up, and then Kaiser will be okay, but aging up might not be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, knowing Kaiser, I don't think he will...
There we go. Got another cavalry upgrade in. Now they've got all of them.
Cavalry, yeah, all 3 plus cuirass. These are really, really tanky and beefy cuirassiers.
Has he got any more? I think he might have one more, right?
No, cavalry attack, cavalry HP.
No, right, yeah.
You could send... there's no cavalry upgrades. No. Well, there are in the advanced arsenal, but only to stuff like makes your cav deal more damage to buildings.
So the only upgrade left then is getting Gendarme.
Gendarmes, Imperial Gendarmes.
Yeah. So they're pretty damn good, although we did just see...
Here we go, he's coming in from the side and here as well. Going to try and get those cuirassiers on top of the Yumi, but he's being really annoying, bringing in the clubs here to block that. Couple of skirms in the back, but he's able to get a good surround, and they're really packed closely together, which is good for the cuirassiers.
Good for Kaiser. It's so good. He's got this. That's a clear victory for him right there. And those Yumi may not cost any gold. They're also not very good against that many cuirassiers. And they're all dead. Just like that. Very well played by Kaiser.
What a fight. I guess that's 3 cav upgrades.
Cleanup. There is a raid going on the left side, though. That's going to get cleaned up as well by the looks of things. Oh boy. Oh boy. That very quickly went undone for iamturk, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not looking great now, is it? And now, that's got to be the nail. Coming in, standing on top of the eco here, and you know it's bad times when gendarmes are destroying all of your villages.
Yeah, they don't want to maybe stick around and fight those Ashigaru, but 67 military versus 10 here is quite the difference.
And the eco pops really Kaiser favoured all of a sudden as well.
Yeah, especially since that mill and plantation switch has already now happened.
You don't see that too often in AoE3.
No, you don't.
It's cool.
There you go. Infinite gold, infinite food. Kaiser now looking very good. Age 4, perhaps, next up. But, oh yeah, he is in fact aging up. My bad. I didn't notice he'd already clicked it. So, I mean, this has got to be 95% Kaiser's game unless Turk can click up very soon.
Yeah, going up with the
Tycoon. Because Gendarmes is just going to absolutely murder him.
Yeah, and I like this. Just going to, seal up this side of the map here, even using the Mother Nature walls as part of his own walls. Fair enough. And to just stop any raid coming in this side so he can be, a bit more safe and confident.
Why not? There you go, going around the map, taking out shrines. Turk here just doesn't have much resource surplus at all. No, probably units in queue, just training stuff. Yeah, Yamabushi and Naginata in queue for him.
And just doesn't have the same upgrades either.
No. It's going to be tough for Turk now. Looks like Kaiserklein smooth sailing from here. He had a rough patch in the middle of the game, but it's one of those things, isn't it?
De gendarmes. Am I saying de gendarmes?
Huh?
Can someone tell Interjection to stop saying de gendarmes?
Oh, I was saying the gendarmes. Or maybe you said the gendarmes, but you said it in such a way that it sounds
I'm saying gendarmes, right? I don't think it's pronounced like that either way, but I don't think I'm saying de gendarmes. But that doesn't matter. He's actually going to make a hole in his wall.
Yeah.
But I guess that gives him
easier access to the middle. I don't know.
Rest in peace, wall.
Okay.
It's a lot of shipments this game.
Oh, yeah. We've had a lot.
I guess that happens after 28 minutes of game time.
Yeah, it's quite the long one.
Here we go, though. This looks like the final blow. He is now up to the industrial age and went up with that 1,000 coin. It's on the floor
TBR.
there. He's got 800 wood, and that will be soon 1,000. And yes, as you say, TBR, I'm sure we'll see the Gendarme upgrade go in there very, very soon. He's got a market, so he can get that going. And also Voltigeur is an upgrade he'll probably get to. Factory coming out, that's going to help with Voltigeur, very wood heavy. That's one of the troubles as France. Just your skirm upgrade is 1,000 wood and 1,000 gold, although it is obviously 40% upgrade rather than 30%. But that being so expensive does kind of make it awkward to get sometimes. Does find some villagers, and this looks like he's getting ready to come in.
I mean, that looks like GG right there, doesn't it?
Gendarmes coming in.
Oh, those villagers running away, but Kaiser running those units in, killing them where they stand. And, I mean, Turk here is going to realize very soon that this is just not going to be his game. There's Gendarme completed. Kaiser now going to be trying to face his army head on, I think, which is in the middle of the map.
He's caught these dragoons. But, oh, pardon me. Here we come. Gendarme cuirassiers.
I mean, look at that. 900 HP. Not afraid of a thing. Just compare that to the Ashigaru HP and the Naginata. It's half the HP of the Naginata, and then the Ashigaru have, like, what, nothing. Here we go.
He's just going to take the fight versus muskets.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at them. Is he going to lose a single gendarme here? One goes down. 1, 2, 3 down. 4 down. About 6 or 7 go down. That's it. And
Turk does meet the industrial age, but it's not going to matter, is it?
Yeah, pretty much as soon as he hits industrial, he loses his entire army.
I don't think
that's the GG.
That Kaiserklein lost a single fight that entire game.
Well, he didn't win either, though. That's the problem.
Like, he did. He just won now.
Yeah, I mean, yes, now, but like he had some fights where it sort of ended up petering out and Turk retreated, but he did take heavy losses as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, just gendarmes with so many upgrades are a little bit too strong for anyone to deal with. Case in point, second time now we've seen that, actually. That sort of death ball from the French.
And well done there. Hopefully we'll see the series continue. Kaiser did seem quite upset about the lag. That is unfortunate, but does pick up the first victory. And this is a best of 3, so we're going to see at least one more game if the series continues, whereas all the other series have been best of 1. So I guess we'll take a look at the post-game and see all of those fights that I mentioned. A big loss there, and at the second point here as well.
Yeah, very good for Kaiser. Very well played throughout, and I mean, really, he stayed ahead mostly economically. I think if we look at resources gathered, yeah, he was just ahead.
It's quite even until like the very end. Like where I feel like where he's starting to, I don't know. It's closer than I thought.
Yeah, you're right. And then industrial sort of comes in, and you see the factory coming in, but still, it's kind of closer than I thought as well, to be honest. Just stronger units, that's the problem.
All right, next up will be Parallel Rivers, game number 2, Kaiserklein versus iamturk. I really enjoyed that game. It was definitely like a slower paced game.
And it's a little bit different. So yeah, High Plains is the third map if we get that far. We haven't cast a game of High Plains today, even though
we should have
every single round of 32 match should have been on High Plains.
Whoopsie.
It's fine. Parallel Rivers is cool. We've only seen that once, so we get to see that again. And hopefully Kaiser can be convinced to play game number 2.
Right now, on the ESOC stream, if you're tuning in and there's a bit of downtime here, do open up the ESOC stream. Taban versus Somku Konku. That's going to be a really, really interesting match, actually, and a really close one, I expect. They're currently still in how many minutes?
They're at 5 minutes of game time right now, so if
quite an early.
Tune into that, you'll catch that. But obviously, we have game 2 here in just a moment as well. We're in the lobby now, actually, and we can take a look at that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Kaiser's got to pick a Civ here. That neither of them have picked Civs yet.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is.
Yep, I don't know about lag either, but it's not us. I can tell you that much for free.
For free.
Yeah, I won't charge you for that one. That's a free bit of information right there from my mouth to your ears. We're not lagging.
I can feel the value. I'm so pleased.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you everyone, by the way, while we have this bit of downtime for the subscriptions and bits today. If you do want to support the stream and you appreciate what we're doing, you know, trying to cast these games and bring you some entertainment on the weekend, do consider subscribing. It's the best way to support us, and you get some benefits for doing that too, including a Escape logo next to your name in the chat, access to all of our exclusive AoE emotes, and our eternal love and gratitude. What else?
Classic.
What else is there? You know?
Classic Kaiser salt. I'll give you a chance to read that. He doesn't seem too pleased, but so we are going to play game number 2 here. What can I say? Kaiserklein picks ports, as he does have to go first. Let's see what Turk picks on this second map. So ports is an interesting one, because you already get a free TC when you age.
Yeah.
So you'll have 3 TCs in age 2, which is
It's strong.
a lot of TCs.
It's strong.
And they, you know, the port villages, they cost 85 food each rather than 100. So that benefit, that's a Civ bonus
That's very good.
that goes onto the TCs, right? Whereas,
Compliments.
yeah, synergy.
Yep, Turk sticking with the Japanese. Thinks that's his best shot. Well, we'll see about that.
Let's get into this. So, it will be game number 2 in a best of 3 series. It is the quarterfinals of the 2 towns tournament. The map will be parallel rivers, as you can see. Kaiser won with the French and had to pick a new civilization. Turk wants to stay with Japan. Let's see how this pans out. Spawning on the bottom of the map in the color red, we do indeed have iamturk playing as the Japanese here. Town center going down right away in a very similar position to the previous game, not too far away at all from his base. And those monks are going to ignore that 30 XP and get right out onto the map immediately. Kaiserklein, however, we can see his TC wagon's going for a bit of a stroll, Zach. It's sort of moving across the map. We were talking about that lateral expansion. Looks like that is as lateral as you can get, really. It's dead in the middle of this sort of plain. It's supported it's near... Word, please.
Herd, hunt.
Yes.
Resources.
Yeah, they're near. They're near the TC. I can words. I can talk.
Well, just to be pedantic, it would not be lateral expansion. It would be longitudinal expansion, since he's expanding to the north.
All right, then. Can we get some... I need to think of an emote now.
I don't even know if that's right. I feel like that is, though.
You just want to contradict me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. But that's where this first TC is going to go. And I'm kind of wondering where the third one will be. Maybe he'll, have the third TC arrive at this particular TC.
And send it even further north.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll have to wait
Good vision,
and see.
Right, of having that. But it also leaves you a bit more split up. And there's obviously downsides to being split as well.
That is true. We shall have to see what he does. But going to get hunting dogs in when you start with an extra TC, and you get one for free when you age up as well. That's 30 population for free, and can just basically spend the starting wood on a market and easily get hunting dogs with really no issues. So that's what he's going to do by the looks of it. Japan, on the other hand, I guess, gets the consulate much more easily because they don't have to build a shrine. So that's really nice for them too.
Yeah, I think we'll see a similar playstyle from Turk, probably. Although
he builds a shrine anyway, but I guess that's fine. It does gather resources. Kaiser being very diligent with his cows. They're not cows, but you know what I mean.
How many goats do they have? Well, Kaiser has 3, and Turk has nil at the moment. But there are more to grab if he is able to find them.
More to be grabbed. Heavenly Kami,
yes.
there it is.
So it's actually going to be a different start from Turk. I mean, last game, remember, he started with, I think it was it Turk starting with 2 vills?
Yeah, he went 2 vills.
2 vills and then wood, I think. But this time, Heavenly Kami coming out.
And that's fair enough, right? It's a much bigger map this time. So maybe he thinks he'll get away with Kami, or it'll be more effective on a larger map, something like that.
Yeah, it does make a lot more sense. And he's going to be strolling around the map there and placing those shrines down when he gets the wood for them.
Eco Theory coming in as well. These goats, that's nice. He stopped them off. This is, well, it's an obvious play, right? But you don't have to take them or babysit them all the way back home. You just send them to your second home, as you would say. And he finds 2 more here as well.
This
Look at this.
Goats.
This guy's a shepherd, man.
He is. He is. Alfonso Coelho.
Coelho?
I can't say that. That's not something that my mouth can formulate.
Coelho. You're having trouble with that.
I'm broken.
We've broke the
broken me. But yeah, let's take a look at goats now, because I think he got all of them.
Okay. 9 goats.
Oh, 9 to 3. Okay.
9 to 3. I think his 3 are they're here. But now going to go up. Kaiserklein actually going up with the Philosopher Prince, which on the Smackdown patch, he costs 100 food less than the normal 800 food age up. So going to be able to get up to the Colonial Age that little bit sooner, and that's going to be nice for him.
Yeah, Kaiser going to be on his way up, like you say. And, well, he's going up quite quickly, isn't he, compared to previous games? In fact, in general, in this format, he seems to be going up quite quickly. And I wonder if maybe that's because he wants that 3rd covered wagon just a bit faster.
Get that out sooner, perhaps.
I feel like that's the play.
I wonder what his first shipment will be then, because with 3 TCs, it's going to be really hard to basically train villagers from all of them. So we've seen
700 food, perhaps.
700 food is a shipment that players Portuguese will send even currently, right? So I think he gets even stronger when you have 3 TCs.
Those refrigeration and Royal Mint again.
He is now up, and it did spawn at the forward TC here, and also 400 food on the floor there. And it is going to go. We're getting the longitudinal expansion.
Longitudinal expansion here up to the north, yeah. More coin, more goat things within his grasp. Musketeer, well, there you go.
And what were you mentioning? Are these 2?
Yeah, and also the one in H2 as well.
Sustainable agriculture.
So basically just, again, thinking about that late game and having the text there for that.
Yeah, and let's take a look at Turk. He's just got a normal deck. He's not really made any alterations to it, to be honest. He doesn't have that extra late-game potential, anything like that. But 3 TCs now out for port, and Cords of 700 wood will come in as his first shipment, so not going to be going with the food there.
Maybe he needs houses and,
That's true. He does
stuff.
He is at 28 out of 30 pop.
And he's got a lot of food. Look,
he's going to get 10 pop from this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I tell you what he's doing.
He has got a lot of food. I guess he was just gathering during... He's going to age up.
Yeah, he's aging up. So, I mean, that's just going to be 4 TCs out on the map in no time. That is insane. It's Wait for those goats to fatten, and then bam, you've got all the food you need.
Hot damn. And he's going to be going up with the Exiled Prince. Going to get there nice and quickly. And the 700 wood is obviously 4 houses, like you said, but also military buildings, which I'm sure we're about to see go down.
Stable barracks.
Stable
there it is.
And wrecked.
No TPs on this map, of course, so no need to waste wood on those.
What is Turk up to, though, is
not that
the
it's
question.
wasted.
He's not sent his second shipment. We're still waiting for.
4 vills.
4 vills. So just going to go with a normal boom, Heavenly Kami, get as many shrines down as he can, and 4 vills as well. And
he's
then
not
I imagine,
aging, Will. He's far from it.
Yeah, and then
actually. I mean, this is a very tight build from Kaiser, clearly, but I mean, Turk is not even close to clicking up. And there it is, Fortress Age for Kaiser. A 4 TC. And look, he's doing it again, leapfrogging to the north.
That's an insane age up time. Like 6 minutes 30 with a 31 vil eco. It's just not possible. But it is when you have 2 TCs.
Yeah, it's insane.
I love this.
So maybe we'll get the food shipment next, but then again, is that really the best shipment to send now is in age 3?
Yeah,
it's 1,000 coin or 1,000 wood is so much more valuable.
I don't think we'll see wood just because he doesn't need more houses.
Doesn't need that yet.
Maybe it will be... I reckon it'll be like 5 goons or 8 Castadors, and then he'll just start poking with the units. Is there anything with siege? I guess organ guns, but dealing with the shrines is something you might want to do as well.
Indeed.
A couple of hussars he's managed to sneak in, and he's going to roam the map with them and try and look for these, force them to poof home, and just make it kind of really annoying to finish building up shrines on all these open hunts. He's going to send 600 gold. I guess he saw, as you said, Kaiserklein get up so quick that he's going to skip his 600 wood and not bother building those extra shrines with it. Can just get up to the Fortress Age real fast. And
Rax at the back. Another one.
That's right.
He's going to start producing soon, but he's just gone up to age 3 now, and there's the Cazadores in his base. Villagers hopping into the TC. He's got the Basterios there.
And those 2 Huss are actually really effective.
Oh, yes. Look at them go. Dying to the TC in the end, but... or one of them at least. But he'll take down those Basterios, no problem.
Yeah.
And onto the Vills now on the right side as well.
He's he does get snared though. He's going to have to... And that's a pretty good, century pop then. Especially because Castadors have, very low hit points. And they don't resist any melee damage. So going to go down quickly. But he killed 3 Vills, so it's all right.
Solid. 3 Vills for 6 units, military units. I mean, not to mention he got the 2 Basterios in there.
And forced the Minutemen pop, yeah.
Exactly. So very good for Kaiser there.
But this eco, if we go to units in queue,
4
Vills at a time. And he can actually go up to 5, in fact 6 TCs if he gets to the Imperial Age.
If he wants to. I mean, that might be overkill.
Yeah,
but
you wouldn't
at the
need that
moment,
many.
he is very quickly increasing that villager population. It's just, I mean, at the moment he is behind on the recalc, but he should pull ahead.
For sure. Like, how can you not? You've got 4 TCs
against 2. It's
and now 1,000 gold comes in, which seems right. Just have every Vill or as many as you can on food, which is going to be much more faster gathering, especially with steel traps.
So just to point out, Turk here has 2 shipments. He's just sent 1. Might be flaming arrows. Could very well be. Could be. Is that intervention right there? Could do that.
Yeah, it is intervention. That's a shipment you see more China send.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fair enough. Is in the deck.
Yumi's in queue as well, so he's going to get Yumi here. Similar to the last game, 6 Yumis now in queue. And we've got Cazadores and Dragoons.
Yep.
Well, the Portuguese are special Dragoons, right?
No, just ordinary Dragoons. They just have a lot more text for their Dragoons. They sort of specialize in Dragoons.
Right. I was going to say, because usually do see them going for Goons.
They become Jeanettes at some point.
Jeanettes.
Which is just, I like to think of Jeanette as a lovely lady's name.
Only the J is an H in Spanish or Portuguese. But anyway,
Jeanette.
Kaiser going for the Mameluke. 5 of those bad boys coming out.
Them. And they are very, very strong. It's actually 4. I know it's misleading on the UI there, but... where are they?
Jinete means knight in Spanish.
Does it? Spanish, Portuguese knights.
Well, I mean, Portuguese and Spanish aren't the same, but I guess they're somewhat similar.
Yep.
But anyway, Kaiser getting in there. Bam! Look at those Mameluke go. They are just unstoppable. Force of nature right there.
They're pretty disgusting. There are a lot of clubs, though. Intervention arrives, and that is going to ship him a whole bunch of clubs, which is actually exactly what he needs to handle these Mamelukes.
Yeah, right. But still, good massive units from Kaiser. And Turk is staring down the barrel of a gun right now.
Yeah.
Mameluke health pool, though, still looking reasonably good.
Yeah. It's always looking reasonably good.
I mean, they don't want to die, do they? Not today.
They rarely do they die. They are so disgusting.
Oh, jeez.
Getting a lot of work done here. A couple of Dragoons sieging in the back, which is not ideal, but Kaiser, maybe he's keeping them. He's going to go harass the Vills there. He doesn't care because his Mams are
Mams have paid for
2
themselves
orchards.
multiple times over, and 2 orchards is so... Ooh.
It'll be fine. He's going for it.
Yeah. They're so counter-productive in this situation, right? You've got all this stuff on your face, and you've got to send 2 cherry orchards.
Yeah,
Great.
you'd much rather send some sort of units, wouldn't you? But he has handled the Mamelukes now. Let's take a look at units lost. 20 Castadors for 26 Yumi and 7 Basterios. Both.
Of course, the UI is lying to us because there aren't 5 Mamelukes in that shipment, is there?
No, there were 4, but they are now gone as well.
Now. That's interesting. It's quite early, isn't it?
Yeah, it does seem quite early.
Keep in mind he has got a lot of Vills.
Yeah, he's got, what is it, 71 vils, so I guess that's almost 99. It's probably, refrigeration is as good a time as any if you've got that many vils, right?
And I guess he's eaten his... Oh, he's still got the goats, actually, as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, they're fattening still there.
Still going.
7 villages.
Coming in.
Japan's keeping up, right?
With Eco, they are, absolutely.
He's keeping up. But with, this is like another 7 vils. So Kaiser is ahead, especially with refrigeration, right? Just because of those upgrades. But on paper, the eco numbers, it's impressive that Japan can keep up like that.
Right, it makes sense.
I guess he's got 200 shrine pop, and these vil shipments, 7 vils and 7 vils is quite good. Obviously, he's also got 2 TCs, so...
Yeah, he's also got the 2 organ guns coming out as his next shipment after that. It's sort of like he's alternating eco-military, eco-military, eco-military.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see much organ guns action, really. How effective are they, really?
They're a fine unit. Like, if you train them, they're actually quite cost-effective. Because they're a bit cheaper, but if you ship them, right, because Falconet's worth 500 resources, they're only worth 400. Organ guns are just a bit like disappointing, and also when you have Falconets versus organ guns are really disappointing. But in this matchup, there are no Falconets, right, and they're actually very good against infantry.
Yeah. There's Portuguese in Age of Empires 2 have the organ gun as their unique unit, and they're also a little bit underwhelming.
Do they look like this?
Kind of, actually. Yes, they do.
Funny that.
Yeah, they're kind of a weird one.
They're pretty good against shrines, it seems, too.
Yeah, well, if you've got that many of them, I'd hope so. But yeah, I want to see Turk sort of run in there and get blasted by the organ guns. I mean, they're pretty vicious things.
Yeah, he's going to need something to handle them. Currently, 18 Yumi and 20 Ashi. Just that pure infantry army is not going to be overly effective versus...
Not at all, but 2 flaming arrows do come out, immediately taking down an organ gun and backing off. So that's quite good.
And but he gets a slight volley on them. Yeah,
and another one goes down. Good control.
And you don't have to limber them up, do you? So they're so good for that reason.
Oh, but look at the damage on that army on the right side. Those organ guns do slay. Look at them go. Oh my god, it's insane. Corvs, though, on the left-hand side from Kaiser, going to take out that second flaming arrow there. And now in come the...
sending his vills in to handle the organs.
Organ guns is just insane. I love them. I love them. Wow. They're down, though. They are gone. And now it's going to be Casadores versus Ashigaru. Looks like those Corvs will die, and that might equalize the military count for Turk. Just a little bit, and he will hold.
Yeah, he does hold.
Once again.
But I think he lost a lot of villagers to do it, right?
Oh, he did, yes.
28 villagers gone now. He had to chuck them at the organ guns to get rid of them, and you can see that reflected in the score here. And obviously we know... Unit ticker? What is this?
That's happening.
I don't know what that is, but that's cool. Obviously, refrigeration and eco theory are out for Kaiser, so this eco is insane.
He's at max bills, pretty much.
He is doing...
It's like 2 away.
What's up here? I love this bridge.
Yeah, it's cute. Gonna go deal with that one dude that's annoying him. But yes, I think Kaiser's in an absolutely fine position. Turk held, but at the moment that's all he is doing, just holding.
Yeah, he's not making
Kaiser's
much happen.
going to go industrial very soon.
It would seem. He's got a lot of resources, right? And then when you get to the industrial age, you get the Genitors, really, really powerful Dragoons, as well as those upgrades. And factories now seem like the only way to expand his economy further. The real question, I think everyone wants answered, is where will he put the 5th TC that he doesn't need?
Behind his base.
Behind his base.
In the north, where he's got that gold mine. No, left. That's there.
It seems like we need a back town here.
Royal Mint now coming in as well, continuing that theme of upgrading his economy. I'm seeing some walls as well. I think Kaiser's just sort of digging in, and he's the kind of player that doesn't seem to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah.
He very much knows he's got an advantage right now, but wants to make sure that he is 100% guaranteed to win the next fight before he pushes out to try and take it, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of flaming arrows, though. I mean, we're looking at 8. Is that?
That's pretty good. It's 10.
10 even. Jesus. So he's
Plus
sent 4 and trained 6.
Oh,
Hot damn.
Yeah, that is a lot. And this army is actually quite frightening at the moment.
Very much so.
Ashi's very good against the dragoons and the cavalry that's being trained, and those flaming arrows will be really strong. The artillery's just really strong.
Oh, where are the Ashes going?
Yeah, they're a bit far away. They've got a lot of speed though, and the flaming arrows are now able to start pummeling.
Tearing them a new one. Look at that. Look at that. Damn. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Kaiser does not want to get too close to that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, in comes the Huss though. Can he get on top of them? I don't think he can.
No, that looks like they were rallied there by mistake, but we'll get them out. And now going to return to siege, and flaming arrows, they don't disappoint there either, especially this many of them. That barracks is down pretty quick. Good job he went for the racks, right? Because those hussars might have not come out.
Can we look at shipments sent and then units in queue on the right side? That would be cool. There we go. We've got advanced arsenal. Okay. 2 Corvs now in queue as well. Turk is going to have to deal with those because Kaiser absolutely cannot take on those flaming arrows at the moment. He does have the goons as well, though. I mean, he probably doesn't want to run them in, however. Yeah, he's going to lose that TC. So maybe the 5th one just replaces this one. Who knows?
Maybe.
But there's no way he can age right now. I mean, well, actually, you know what? He could age. He's actually pop capped. I was thinking he'd have to invest a lot more into military here to deal with this. But actually, given that he's pop capped, he may very well just age right here because, I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like, the best time to go industrial is either off the back of winning a fight or when you get to 200 population.
Yeah. Here we go. The Corv's deploying, taking out this flaming arrow at the back. Looks like he's very easily cleaning up the Ashigara in the front. And this fight is going very well for Kaiser already.
Yeah.
Oh, but
does
the
get
flaming arrows snipe 1 Corv, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they got 34 range.
Still, though, the Ashigaru melting away.
You can see there's not enough there. 31 Ashies on the map, but where are they? They're
out of position.
They're over here. They need to get over to the fight. That's a really big deal. That they weren't there. Maybe, I mean, they could have just been created because you do get an upgrade from the Japanese consulate, which lets you train batches of 10 from barracks. So maybe he just popped 20. I think
he's got that. You can see he's got it.
Yeah, so he probably popped 20 Ashes all at once. And
yeah. Well, I tell you what, though, Kaiser is using that opportunity to age up now, and quite rightly so. So looking very good for Kaiser, making a plantation and mill switch too at the same time.
He's got, looks like seed drill coming in, already got bookkeeping, and he's, going up with the tycoon, so going to be having that 1,000 gold, and we'll be up very, very soon.
Kaiser has this, really, doesn't he, at the moment?
It's looking pretty good.
Turk could age, though, actually. He's not too far away, but he will be later than Kaiser again. Kaiser will then get factories, and Turk will not. Could be tough. We're also seeing, faster movement speed. Faster reload, is that? Faster fire? I don't know.
Well, that would be cool. Actually, I feel like that would be much cooler. It's
don't know what it does.
It's just extra attack damage.
Oh, okay. Counter infantry rifling. There we go.
I feel like increased reload speeds. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, muskets traditionally were very, very slow firing.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time they'd backfire.
Ouch. That sounds painful.
Well, yeah. I mean, it didn't hurt anyone if they backfired, right? Unless, I don't know, it blew your ear off or something. But it did deafen you.
Isn't out to the industrial age. Yambushi do just casually stroll through. And they have a lot of siege. And they could take down an expensive plantation. I'm not sure where they're going.
They're just sort of sneaking in there. I don't think Kaiser's noticed yet. But at the same time, he's raiding that gold mine.
They are going to go for the expensive plantation there.
Yeah, look at that go down quickly.
There's no units nearby, so that's 800 wood that's going to go very, very fast.
Yeah, that's quite painful. That is quite painful. Cassador's maybe coming back to deal with it, perhaps, or they're just chasing down those Ashes there. But either way, that's gone. And maybe he'll move on to the next plantation as well. Kaiser, though, killing Vils out here.
Yeah. So he does lose his plantation, but he's probably okay.
And some Vils.
Turk, as you were saying, does get up. And there's Daimyo Masasuma.
Where did he put that full TC?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It'll be in units in queue. here.
Oh, all right, he's building it there. Okay, fair enough.
That's where
That's replacing the other one.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we just.
Oh, he's dealing with the Yamabushi now as well, so there you go. Castor's going to clean that up. Easily done, but the cost of a plantation is quite expensive. Factory coming through as expected, and I mean, really here, Kaiser should not lose from this position, I feel. Although, I don't know, maybe Turk has something up his sleeve still.
I think he's doing all right. He's just been distracted home, but he soon will be getting those. Yeah, Jeanette already in now, just coming in there. Just finalizing those upgrades. Yeah, Guard Castador now coming in. It's got you got paper cartridges and flintlock. Counter-infantry rifling, military drummers. These are really, really strong units. And then once he gets back to 200 pop, or even now, perhaps we'll see him just go in and finish the game out. But yeah, after losing that plantation, adding in some walls, not letting that happen again.
Yeah, don't want to be careful.
Random units just walking into your base.
Oh, for sure. And we saw 16 Yumi coming out for Turk there. So we might follow that up with a bigger Yumi switch. But we've not seen Way of the Bow or anything like that coming in. No upgrades to his military.
Yeah, I feel like Turk just wants to keep up, right? He's worried that he won't have enough units to defend or something.
No honored Yumi either.
But that's a lot of Yumi is going to be, yeah, that would be a great upgrade. But this army's quite good against, like, there's Castadors and Dragoons. Yumi are really strong against what Kaiser has.
Yeah, maybe he needs those upgrades then at this point. But yeah, he's got a lot of them there. He's got the daimyo behind it as well.
Yeah.
Not really going to be bothered about the Culves, is he?
Yeah, Cull's a bit disappointing. 40 Area 1 is... It's not nothing,
no,
but it is...
No, it's not nothing, but it's not much either.
That's right.
And he'll take those out quite easily as well with the Yumi there. So
I like this. Just march them over here into the back.
That could be huge, right? But still, should be trading quite well against those Castadors, I think, even with the without the honored upgrade. Oh wait, they are honored now. My bad.
It's just come in.
Well, getting flanked. Might have to back up a little bit. And yeah, okay, it's maybe not going so well for Turk.
He's not
considered.
I don't think Kaiser will want to stay though. That's a lot of Yumi. But units in queue. Yeah, we can see a Hussar switch to handle all these Yumis, right? Kaiser's not silly. He's going to make the right units to handle that. I like
Another
this though.
16 coming through though. Out on the right-hand side.
I like this though. He's just sort of chasing the villagers around. He's going to lose a few Dragoons here, but using their speed just to be annoying. TC going down for Turk.
I mean, Turk's done well there actually.
Yeah.
Just repel that. Yumi obviously a very good unit for the situation. But as you said, there is now that sort of Hussar switch perhaps from Kaiser. But maybe Kaiser, at the moment you can see he's adding 2 plantations. Doesn't quite have the gold income to sustain that production. He does also have a factory though, and he may have another factory in a moment.
Howitzer's coming in just now and has 2 mortars. So he's going to start banging all these stuffs down. Really, really high siege. But off the back of that victory with the Yumi, he's now pushing in, right? He's got 57 Yumi archers there with the daimyo behind this. There's only a few Hussars as well. He's got 10 in queue, which are about to pop. That might be enough to handle it, and they are Guard Hussar.
Yeah, they're coming out now, and they've got upgrades as well, so let's see. Might be enough to send him packing. It might not.
Yeah, they're still 10 in queue. They're not here just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of getting kited a little bit.
Yeah, and Yumi are actually, fairly okay against Hussar in mass.
Sheer just like DPS, right? Like they could just sort of one-shot them if they're in a big enough group. Heavy cannons coming out.
With the 10 cavalry at the same time.
Beautiful stuff. Those Yumi are going to want to get the hell out of there.
That is what he needed.
Hello. Cowitz is deploying now as well. Daimyo's going for that. But he takes it out.
Takes down the Shogunate, so that's going to affect his ability to retrain the daimyos.
Yeah, and those Hussar now getting on top of the Yumi, pulling their numbers just a little bit. The threat of those cannons, of course, meaning that he does not want to stop and fight for too long. He will keep microing back, but the cannons are closing in.
Oh.
And too far out of range, I think. He's got to wheel it forward.
Yeah, push that cannon forward.
But at the same time, while those Yumi are retreating, they're not shooting back.
Yeah.
And they're losing out to the Gardner Hussars there. They Gardner Hussars? They just regular... Guard Hussars.
Guard Hussars, yeah.
But
Gardner is the ultimate.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Those cannons, I want to see that
dangerous.
satisfying volley. But he's slowly, these two howitzers slowly creeping forward. They're doing so much damage. He's just knocking on the door. Turk has to do something. He can't just sit in his base, and because of these howitzers.
Right. This is such a slow siege, but he'll get there in the end, and that TC is going to go down. 4 flaming arrows popping out now. Could be used to deal with the heavy cannons, perhaps. There they go. 1 heavy down. Heavy fires, but it's going to go down to the flaming arrows. So that's pretty good for Turk there.
Yeah.
But yes.
It looks just,
So
it's too much, right? Like, the Yumis are really, really good, but now that the Hussars have really started coming out in mass, they just can't handle it. And if you make Ashigaru to counter that, well, the Cazadors are just so effective at killing Ashigaru. And GG coming out, bit of Turk salt there.
There it is.
Ultimately, Kaiser does pick up the second victory and will go through to the round of 4, also known as the semi-finals.
Absolutely.
Turkey is eliminated there. A nice couple of games, though. Those 2 games are really, really cool. I really like this, the way the TCs were placed. It was really, really nice to see.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Taking all that map control with that, and just sort of, again, taking it to the late game, confident that he has the better army composition, the better upgrades.
I bet you want to see this graph.
To win the late game. Go on then, Villager Pop.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're going to see the...
It climbs so high. I mean, he was able to keep up with just like 7 villager shipments every now and again.
That's true.
But yeah, he got up
that
to
moment
99.
there when he lost all those villas killing the siege.
Yeah, just to try and stay in the game.
Yeah.
All resources gathered, though. Yeah,
it was kind of that graph doesn't look as bad as the other one, to be fair.
No, but you can. It's like slowly Kaiser is like widening the gap as we get further and further along. And then once we get industrial, obviously the factories really take it to a new level.
Well, you be when the factories kick in. But there you go. Quite a closely fought game up until about the 18-minute mark. And then suddenly it just sort of went Kaiser favoured again.
It went to shit, I think is the technical term.
I think that is the technical term, indeed.
Kaiser 2-0 victory in the quarterfinals. He moves through to the semi-final.